Bonjour, bienvenue to our video tutorial on how to create a verb fold. In order to do so, you're just going to need a sheet of paper. Regular notebook is fine if that's what you have, and something to write with. If at any moment I'm going too fast, just pause the video until you can have a chance to catch up. So step number one, we're going to take our sheet of paper and we're going to fold it in half lengthwise to create a crease that goes straight down the middle. Like so. So it should be folded in half with the crease going down the middle. From there, we're going to take either side on the left or the right where my fingers are, and we're going to fold it in so it meets the middle crease. Like so. So you see I took that flap from that side and now I fold it into the middle, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So when you're done, it kind of looks like a mouth. Or it should have 4 columns and meet in the middle. You can even fold it one more time to save space later. Okay. From here, now we can start writing. On the front, we're going to write our subject pronouns that we just learned about. So for instance, I'm going to use je, tu, il, and elle. And I'm just going to write them along the front, spaced out like so. Je for I, tu for you, il for he, elle for she. And then I'm going to do the same thing with our others. Nous, vous, il, plural, and elle, plural. Nous for we, vous for you or you all, il for they, and elle for they, feminine. Pause the video if you need a moment. Okay. From there, we're going to flip it over to the back side. The back side of our verb charts, or of our verb folds, is where we're going to write down all the important information that we need to know. For instance, what is our first verb that we're learning? Our first verb that we are going to learn is the verb avoir. A-V-O-I-R. Avoir. This verb means to have. So, on the rest of this part, we're going to write down the reasons we would use avoir. So, for instance, I'm going to say we use it when we're talking about age. Include that on the back. So, for instance, when I want to say I am 15 years old, I'm going to use a form of avoir. J'ai 15 ans. J'ai 15 ans. Or I might use other phrases with avoir, such as if I'm talking about being hungry or thirsty. J'ai faim and j'ai soif mean I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. J'ai faim, j'ai soif. One other easy expression we might want to know with this is il y a, which means there is or there are. Il y a. There is, there are. So the back of our verb fold should look like this. Pause if you need more time. Okay. From there, we're going to write down on the inside. So I'm going to use this other example I have. So from here, I'm going to open up. And we're going to write in here. So under the je, I'm going to write down the conjugation of avoir. So when I use I have, we've just been saying, I'm going to write in j'ai. And then above it on this tab, I'm going to write down the translation. So j'ai means I have. J'ai means I have. Tu. The tu form of avoir is tu as. Tu as. A-S. And what does that mean in English? You have. And we're going to continue doing this for all the forms. The good news is that il and elle always share the same form. Il a, elle a, with just the letter A. And what do they mean? He has, she has. Il a, elle a. He has, she has. And just like you learned in that video that you watched, il and elle could also be it if we need it. Also in that video, you learned about the pronoun on, O-N. But we're really not going to concentrate on that in our verb fold. That is more of just, we're going to use that when we're writing formal articles or if we are having informal conversations. So it's not the most important, most essential piece of the French language to learn just at this moment. We're going to learn to concentrate on these basics. So now we're going to continue. So the first half should be done. Now we're going to do the bottom half. So under nous, we will write nous avons. Nous avons. A-V-O-N-S, which means we have. Nous avons. Vous. Vous avez. Vous avez, which means, it's the only time you're ever going to hear me say this, y'all have. I may be from Tennessee, but it don't always sound like it. Vous avez. Under il and elle, again, just like il and elle singular, they're going to have the same form. Ils ont. Elles ont. With just an O-N-T. Ils ont. Elles ont. You'll notice that usually when I just say il, I-L-S, you don't hear any kind of a sound at the end. But since avoir, O-N-T, starts with a vowel sound, we're going to make a Z sound in between so they connect together. Ils ont, elles ont. It's the only time it's going to happen. If you need to make a little note of that, you can do it like, make a little, put a little Z underneath the O like that and sort of like a subscript, if to help you remember that it does that. And then, of course, what do they mean? They have, masculine, and they have feminine. Ils ont, elles ont. So, the front of your verb fold should look like this. The back of your verb fold should look like this. And the inside should look like this. Making sure that the correct forms are underneath the correct half. If you like, you can even create additional cuts that go through here and here and here, and likewise on the bottom, to create a more a simpler or more singular form of the verb fold, or even make it like a self-quiz. But that is what I want to see so far. So, one more time, pause it if you need it. Here's what the front should look like. Here's what the back should look like. Here's what the inside top should look like. Here's what the bottom inside should look like. So, this tool, this organizer, is a great way to master our verb forms. We've also got something else for you to watch today. It's going to help you practice avoir as well. I hope you like it. A bientôt.